Okay, so today we'll be doing exercise 2, which is creating a robot in RoboDK. So now I'll be doing a simple pick and place robot. Let's go. Okay, now we choose a robot from the robot library, and I'm choosing a KUKA type robot, which is KUKA 10R906. This is the robot. Now we have to find some grippers. This will be the effective gripper. See, this is a gripper. Now we start again. Type and search for objects. The table, like this, and the cube. That's it for objects from the library. Now we start constructing the program. Add two reference frames. One will declare as main base, and the other one we declare as part 1. So you just bring the box and shove it in part 1. As you can see, it's connected to part 1. Okay, now you right click on table, change support to main base, and it's entered here. Don't click on table, you can see it's -1000 now. Change it to user element, user identity, so it becomes 0. Main base, you can see here it's 1000, so we have to user identity as well. Goes back. Same goes to box 0 and T0 part 1, and we set identity as 0. You see, it's all combined in one particular part. Okay, now we double click on the secure our robot and change the value to -500, and the robot goes back exactly like this. Then we choose the box, add 50. Oh no, we don't need the box, we need the box there. We change the part, the reference frame to 50. You see, the part has risen up, and we have to put it on the left side. So put -300. My bad. The Y is -300. There you go, it's something like this. Then we close this. And we put another reference frame, which call as frame 4. We'll bring it to 0, so we'll be right in the middle. And we just set 50. It's up, and we move it to positive side as 300. There you go. That's the exact part. So frame 4 will be declared as part 2. Okay, now for the programming part. Go to our robot, double click on it, and you can see our configurations. So press home and change this one, our E5 to 90 degrees. do we change to 90 degrees? Change this, our Z to 600 and our Y to 150. This will be the robot's initial position. Before that, we have to disable the visible root flange. So yeah, you can only see one arrow like this. Then continue to set targets. So we active our main frame to reference frame. Now we add a target. Target will be named as home position. So this will be the home position. Now for part 2, reference frame. Now see on the box. Oops. So we need to prepare. Yes, we get a robot. Here we robot. And yes, this is how it will be shown as. Robot will be attached with the box. Double click on the box, on the part. Double click on the clicker, as you can see. So now we have to just bring it up 50 and the grip will come up to 50. So we set a target there. So you want, we'll rename this as, we'll name that as P1. And we increase the values of 150 and we put another target there. We name that as P2. So P1 and P2. Two targets. It's a home position. Oops. This is how the movement will be. And now moving on to the part 2, which I'll active reference name. Now we move it right here. Put that, change support to see, this is how the program will be. Frame, and yeah, as you can see right here. Now we bring the robot to side off to the left hand side. So we just take out the negative, and yeah, it's come to this side. You see over here. So we activate this frame. We had a target there, and we rename it as P3. Let me increase the Z to 150. So again, we have our target, and we name that as P4. So P2. Okay, that's the movement. Okay, now we'll be creating the program. First, program 1, name it as pick part 1. So, set our station. So, it goes to home. Now, set this active reference frame. Set that to position. Then this reference frame goes there. Oh. So this shouldn't be here. It's my mistake. So from home position, it says active reference frame for part 1, and we just put here. That will be so from home position to here. Then part 2, linear, again with a linear. For here, I'm moving to part 1 with this clamping. We have two lights changes. We delete the program. This will be up to rename. So rename this as part 2. This as part 1. Okay, so one, and this is part 2. Same goes for here. We have to change this to. So change that. It's part 3. It's part 4. Okay. Home position. Okay, now we create a program. We name this program as pick part 1. Okay, now to reference frame, then part 1, the first movement, then part 2, linear, and part 1 again. Put it on linear. So when we move to part 2, we add instruction, simulation event instruction. We have to attach the object. So it will be like this. That will be how it will be working. To that we add another program. To so place part 2. So we activate reference frame part 2. So from part 3, it's 1. Then part 2 for part 4. It's linear, and part 3 again is linear. So when doing part 4 here, we right click and add instruction, simulation event, we detach the object. For attach to parent, we choose part 2. So okay. So we do it again, up, down, detach, and move. As you can see, this is how the program works. Then we do another program again, which is pick part 2, which means we pick from the same place. Now we pick part 3 again, part 4, linear, part 4 again, part 2 will be part 4. Oh wait, no, it's my mistake. New program, we rename it as pick part 2, and we'll be setting this at 3, same before linear. This time we change this to add instruction, simulation event instruction, we attach the object this time. Prepare, then P3 again, linear, and that's it. Then we have another program, we name that as place part 1. So we move it to P1, P1, so that's one linear motion. Then part 2, do this again, add instruction, simulation event instruction, detach the object, part 1, okay, detaching the object, we enable again, that's place part 1 as well. So these are the 4 main programs. Then we'll be adding a program for our main program. Name it as main program. Then we set here as active, home position. Home position, we press this. Now we'll be adding our movements. We right click on main program, add instruction, and we'll add program call instruction. Let's select program, pick part 1, please part 2. It's okay, and you can see the movement is shown. Then click on main program again, add instruction, set reference frame instruction. We right click on set reference frame instruction, link as main base. Then position, and yep, it's a home position. And we do the second as well. The program, add instruction, program call, select program, pick part 2, place part 1. Okay, do the same, right click, instruction, set reference frame instruction, right click it, set reference link as to main base, home direction, home position, and joint direction again. So that's will be the programming, and let's test it. As you can see, this is how the program will run again. So let's put it into place, and that's how it works. Now voila, this will be our mechanism.